all for being here today. We really appreciate it. Today is a great day for Reno, Nevada citizens. Working along with our fire union 731 and with our congressional delegation and Senator Harry Reid and all the people working with FEMA and everybody, we've come up with a program so we don't have to lay any people off. We have a pending grant, and we just accepted the terms of the grant, so we send it back to Washington, and we should hear within the next 2 to 3 weeks that we have this grant. The city's received a pre-approved notification of a SAFER grant to save 64 people's jobs in our fire department. This will mean there will be no layoffs in the Reno Fire Department. This also means that Reno, on July the 1st, will start opening up all of its fire stations. All of the fire stations in Reno will be open. Reno residents will be protected. They will continue to be protected the way we have in the past. Even with some of the adjustments we've made, the city of Reno citizens have not been in jeopardy. We have worked with 731, the bargaining group. They have given up 12 to 14% in programs that they gave up before. Now they will go forward. Excuse me, what? Huh? Pay. Sorry, I didn't read the cue card. Pay. They gave up 14% of pay. The union has been great to work with. We've had some good discussions. We've all bristled. We've all frowned at each other. And we've all growled at each other. But in the end, we all worked together to make this come true for the citizens of Reno, Nevada. It has been very successful working with the union. They've been great to work with. They're great people, and they're highly skilled and professional. I've had the first-hand opportunity to see them in operation with the Reno Air Races, the Collin Fire, and the Washoe Valley Fire. The way they acted, the way they conducted themselves, the professionalism that they did. They are very well trained, very great, and with this help from Washington, with this pending grant, we will now be able to open up all of our stations and take care of the citizens of Reno. These the City Council's priorities have always been, number one, public safety. And when these things came up about a divorce and stuff like this, we went to work and did what we had to. The union did what they had to protect the citizens of Reno. The City Council, our staffs, did what they needed to. Working together, we can make things happen. And this is a true example of how great things can come out when you work together. So thank y'all from 731. Thank you very much for working. And you are ugly. When you frown, when we're negotiating, and you growl at me, you are ugly. So are you, Mr. Voskamp. No, I'm not going to leave you out, sir. No. My city council here, these two ladies right here, working with the federal government, putting the grants together. They're on a first name basis with the people. They can call them up at any time of day They don't work at night back there. These guys work at night. But having them and what y'all have done, we really thank y'all very, very much, because what you've done has helped the citizens of Reno very much, and thank y'all very much. At this time, we'll turn it to any questions you might have.
Does this change any potential for automatic aid with Washoe County?
We will provide mutual aid for Washoe County the way we do with the city of Sparks, the federal government, and everybody. We don't want anybody's house to burn or anything, so we're going to sit down and work and do what we can working, but we will perform mutual aid, and it'll make it a little easier for mutual aid. Chief, you got something to say?
Just a few quick comments. This pre-award notification, we will likely receive the final award notification within the next 10 to 15 days. And as we are aware, due to the deconsolidation process, we did face the potential of 80 layoffs. And under the leadership of City Manager Klinger, and in alignment with the council priorities of public safety and fiscal responsibility, we aggressively pursued modifications to the existing grant. We had initially asked for 24. We increased that to 64. And upon notification or pre-notification of this award, what that really means is that there are the issue of layoffs is off the table. We will be able to maintain adequate staffing to open up all of our stations, and to provide and to continue to provide what we consider some of the best practices in fire service delivery for this community. Currently, we brown out 4 stations, and we reduce staffing at an additional 3. If you look to the map, you'll see what our current station deployment model looks like. After July 1, you'll notice that every single station will be operational, and that is our ultimate goal, to make sure that we operate all of our stations fully staffed to continue to provide that high level of service to the citizens of Reno that they've come to expect. It also means that our depth of resources and our ability to respond to significant events has increased. We will have that capability. We will have that capability to respond to multiple events at the same time. It provides for the highest level of safety for our community and the highest level of safety for our firefighters. So this truly is an important day, and we are, the leadership of the fire department is grateful for their council, the city council, and the support that we've received, and also working in partnership with our labor groups, and ultimately the winners are the citizens of this community.
You know, I overlooked saying thank you to a person that has shown great leadership, great negotiation skills, working with the union and everybody, and how to staff these things, and that's Chief Hernandez. Chief Hernandez, you've shown great leadership, sir, and we really appreciate it. You're really what we hired you for. And I'll tell you, I really always question you moving here from Texas, but that's okay. But you've done an outstanding job, Chief, and thank you very much. We're lucky to have you, and thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Any questions, ladies and gentlemen? Don't hide over there, Chief. You're going to answer the question.
How much money are you guys expecting?
I don't have a total.
The award is worth $13.7 million for 2 years.
Right now, we are looking at utilizing attrition and also budgetary savings to augment our budget. We do have a plan in place. We don't want to become solely reliable on federal funding. As we move forward, we will look at other alternatives with respect to funding and increasing our funding level within the department. I think the important thing right now, though, is for the next 2 years, we have a stable budget, we have a stable staffing model, and we have a stable delivery system for protection for our community.
He's got to sit to the rest.
Dennis Jacobson, would you speak to this, sir? And thank you.
You bet, sir. Thank
And
you.
you're really not as ugly as I said you were.
Especially when I get my horse hits me.
What did you do? Never mind, I'll talk later.
Talk later. Anyway, I would like to just take a moment, again, to thank everybody and echo the words of my Vice President Foskamp and Chambers. Thank the City Council, City Management, the Fire Chief, as well as my team, which is my Executive Board and Executive Staff. But most notably, I'd like to single out the Mayor for his leadership and his steadfast dedication in spearheading this grant. It would not have happened, particularly with the contingency going back to D.C., would not have happened without the Mayor's leadership and ability to get things done. And I want to make certain that everybody in this room knew that this is the man that got the whole thing for us.
Oh, no.
Thank you.
No. I'm the window dressing. These other guys did the work.
As you heard the mayor say earlier, the citizens have always enjoyed the finest fire service and emergency services in the state. That service, due to this grant, is now going to be enhanced back to where we always wanted it to be, which is all the stations open and serving all of our communities. And furthermore, to address the question earlier about going forward and funding, starting tomorrow, we will put forth a notice to our members, a tentative agreement we have a 33-day informational time frame, but we have discussed with the city and agreed to take our concessions, 7.5% concessions agreed to last year under this current contract, and extend them for one more fiscal year, allowing the city some financial stability. We'd like to not only partner with the city in the service to the community and the safety, but also be part of the economic recovery as well. So our members will be reviewing and considering for passage an extension of our current contract with no changes and moving the savings forward for an additional fiscal year. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Anything else right now?
Safer grants mandate that you cannot lay off any of those hired under their grant, so does that put the city at risk?
No. Chief? We can have hardship.
The SAFER grant mandates that you do not lay off, and we do not intend to lay off. There is a provision that allows for a reduction in funding based on attrition, and we are going to strike a balance between the needs of the community and our attrition rates and our existing funding levels. And there is, of course, there will be future grants available that we will aggressively pursue. As we speak, we are already talking to our federal delegation with respect to our needs for the next 24 and 36 and 72 months. So we're ahead of the curve on those things.
Okay, anything else? Thank y'all very much for being here. We really appreciate it. Thank you. Yes.
We'll be able to do individual interviews after.